we're back. I think PS is port trigger. That's what we want. There's an update. We don't want to do that. Alright. We're back on prototype pollution. And we got Hyperland. I'll figure out. Yo, agent. This is Privast server side prototype pollution. Vulnerable to server-side prototype pollution because it unsafely merges user-controllable input into server-side JavaScript objects. This is simple to detect because any polluted properties inherited via the prototype chain are visible. Find a prototype pollution that you can use to add arbitrary properties to the global object prototype. Identify a gadget property that you can use to escalate your privileges, access admin panel, and delete the user Carlos for a Wiener Peter. Oh, ads. I thought I turned off ads.
Really? Does Twitch turn on their own ads?
Ads have been off. Ads aren't enabled. Oh, do you have to?
Leave them on. Give them Boz's bucks.
Well, I had it off originally. I don't know why it would still come on.
Alright. Let's add this to our scope. Let's make sure this is working. Yes, great. Alright, so we need to become admins. And this looks like the perfect prototype pollution field. So let's intercept this. Let's submit. Send to repeater. Look at that. Is admin false? What if we do comma? Is admin true? No, it doesn't work. But we could do the proto trick. Underscore proto underscore, and then it will be bam. Wait. Is that right? We do this. I think we do it like that. I'm gonna do is admin true. There we go.
Did you get a shave, dude?
I did not get a shave. No. No haircuts. Definitely not. And so we just did the server-side prototype pollution. We were able to inject proto into our user's object and set is admin on the global property to true, which we then inherited because it was false prior. And it went up the object chain once we injected it, and due to the unsafe merge, yes, we were able to inject that. And now we should be able to just refresh And there's admin panel, and we can delete
So
Carlos.
proto is allowed here.
Yes, proto is allowed here. They did not blacklist it. So I guess that would be another security control they could implement in your user fields is property names. And then the other layer would be to safely merge objects. Privilege escalation, we just did that one.
Detecting server-side prototype pollution without polluted property reflection. This lab is built on Node, is vulnerable to server-side prototype pollution because it unsafely merges user controllable input into a server-side JavaScript object. To solve the lab, confirm the vulnerability by polluting object.prototype in a way that triggers a noticeable but non-destructive change in the server's behavior. As this lab is designed to help you practice non-destructive detection techniques, you don't need to progress to exploitation. You can log into your own account with the following credentials.
Wiener Peter, got it. Let's run it. Hold on. Alright. So I assume we're gonna have to log in again. And here's our account. So this is going to be detecting it without polluted property reflection. So this is gonna be harder because in the previous one we saw that we could do is admin. Is admin is false. How would we do this? So I assume it's going to be the proto again. And then it will be test, test. Expose true.
Entity parse failed. So here's errors. What if we change one of these? Status code, status 400.
So instead, what if we do status 200? What about status code? No. Oh, that's why. So we set status code to 200, and then what if we break it again? And now status code is 200. Interesting. So by causing the error, we could validate it. So there was nothing here, but in the response error, you can set status code and status to 200. So we didn't actually inject into our user object. I think it was just the generic object if they have status and status code, because we were able to inject into both of these.
And we solved it. So they weren't technically reflected. They were reflected via errors. Now let's do bypassing flawed inputs for server-side prototype pollution. This lab is built on Node, is vulnerable to server-side prototype pollution because it unsafely merges user controllable input Find a prototype pollution source. Identify a gadget property that you can use to escalate your privileges. Got it. Same scenario, but what is different? Bypassing flawed input filters. Okay, so this will probably have proto blocked. So we'll have to figure out a way past that. Oops. And we can validate that with underscore proto underscore bam 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 test test. What we do is admin. True. Wrong. Oh. That worked. So what if we then just do this? Is admin true. Wrong, but we were able to inject that portion into it. So it blocks. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Bypass the word proto blocked. I think we could do. Prototype. Prototype. No. But it's getting injected. Could we do this? No. Yo, Dante.
Oh snap, I want a free
I have not tried Pentester Labs. That's huge, though. Let's go.
Pentester Lab out.
Love that.
Roomgar 7th Street.
Underscore proto gets blocked.
Screw it. I'll just go with Hackerbox. Tried and true.
Tried and true. Okay, so this is blocked. Whitelist blocks this. How to bypass. Interesting. Constructor prototype. We'll have to say JSON. Which I guess that was JSON, but. Try constructor. So we'll do, it'll be layered, so it'll be constructor. Polluted is true. Okay, so what if we do is admin true. There we go. That worked.
delete Carlos. Bam. So we were able to do constructor inside of constructor prototype. Interesting. Let's ask ChatGPT why. Why did this payload work? A blacklisted proto.
I mean, it all means the same thing, but the syntax is why. Like, why would you not need to put constructor before the rest of it? For a normal object, object constructor equals object constructor, prototype equals object of prototype. Still reaches a global prototype.
What's the difference between using constructor and just saying proto?
I assume direct reference.
And like constructor prototype's an indirect path. Okay. They can both point at object.proto. Interesting.
Directly access the prototype, constructor prototype, go through the object's constructor function, then access it.
Proto is about the actual prototype link.
Prototype on a constructor is just a property on that function used for instances created by it.
Oh, so even these are not the same. For normal objects, they often end up equal, but they're not the same kind of thing semantically. Underscore protos, who do I inherit from? The object. Constructor prototype, what prototype does my class function give its instances to? In many prototype pollution cases, both lead to object.prototype. Okay.
Have you only just put out YouTube Live? No, I've been on YouTube the same amount of time as
Twitch, honestly longer.
probably by a
Few days. Remote code execution. Find a prototype pollution source. Identify a gadget that you can use to inject and execute arbitrary system commands. Trigger remote execution of a command that deletes the file. In this lab, you already have escalated privileges. Okay.
I'll fix the polling on my bot. Perfect.
This is what I really wanted to get to. Oh. Here's the admin functionality it was mentioning. So if we run maintenance job, task, database cleanup, file share cleanup. So now we need prototype pollution to RCE, prototype pollution to RCE
Via what gadgets?
and node.js.
Child process spawn.
So let's do this. We have tasks, and then we will do proto.
ones are full. Oh, this is the one that I had originally seen. What gadgets are they using?
Proto. Let's just try this. We'll do demo. True.
Search by child process. What was this hint? The command execution sync is only invoked when an admin uses triggers vulnerable user triggers vulnerable functionality in the site. Okay, the command execution sync.
Prototype pollution. RCE payloads.
Hack tricks.
There it is. Child process. So we have to invoke child process. So we'll call this one instead constructor. And let's replace this. I did not like that. Because I don't think these are escaped for this one correctly. And instead, let's do RM here. That did not work. Oh, because that's in console log.
We could try this one too.
Too.
Let's see.
That did not work. Would it be within tasks?
No. All right. We need child process. I think that's what it is. There it is.
What if we do RM?
This file.
That didn't work. What if we do this? See, I don't even know.
And
How to identify prototype pollution gadgets. But we also don't even know. If we do constructor.
how did we do that before? The constructor prototype. There it is.
Constructor. Bam. Prototype. Maybe it's blacklisted. Apples. Apples. It's blind.
Yo, blunts.
Yes, prototype pollution. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's back here. We do underscore proto underscore bam bam apples. Okay, so that worked.
So what if we run this one back on it?
It's not executing though. Unless we run this one now. Oh, now that's broken. Unexpected error, unexpected error.
Interesting.
So let's run this one. Oh, do we need to clean that up? Is this wrong now? That's an unexpected error. Maybe we need to reset it.